Okay, so here we are. This is my street, Columbus Ave. This is where I live. And I'm gonna zoom out. And this is Center Street, by the way, as you can tell. See, it's a very busy street. We don't really get a lot of cars on my street, but I mean, yeah. So yeah, here we are. This used to be a church, but they turned it into a funeral home / cremation services. Why? I do not know. That is a very good question. I do not know all the answers, people. So yeah, on we go. Okay, so this is the 7-Eleven, but back in the day it used to be a corner store, and it was owned by the Southworth family, and they ran it for a couple years, and then they sold it to an Italian family, and then they sold it to the Casey's family, who made a decent profitable amount of money off of it, and it then became Tedeschi's, I believe, and now it is a 7-Eleven, which I'm okay with it, but yeah. And when I was a little kid, everyone used to call it Little Peach or Little T because of Tedeschi's. So yeah. So right now I am walking up my street. I'm so sorry, I completely forgot I zoomed in on that. So this is from walking from Little Tedeschi's. As you can see, some of the houses here have been renovated. Some of the houses are kind of old, but as you can see, this one's been renovated. That one has definitely been renovated. I remember when they were doing that one. That is a side street, and that is Hayward Street, if you can see that. And if you take Hayward Street, that'll take you to Frothingham Park, which is a relatively popular area in my town. My area, I should say. But see, as you can see, some of the houses. As I'm coming up here on the street, you're gonna notice a lot of these houses look very similar according with the style, because these were old colonial houses, and my street was founded in 1911. So these are old colonial houses, but you can see the similarities, especially with the doors and the designs on some of these houses. I'll show you some of these houses over here as well, so you can just get a general idea. Okay, so coming up to another side street, this one is Chester Ave. I don't know if you guys can see that. Now, I don't know exactly where Chester Ave leads. I believe it's one of those streets where it's kind of like a dead end, but you can see that there's a house down there that has been renovated. So yeah, here, I'll zoom in on it. But yeah, there's like a house that's renovated. Okay, so I am now at the four-way stopway where Columbus and Sheridan Street meet. So this is where my street intersects with Sheridan Street, and I'm gonna very carefully cross the road without getting hit by a car, because I think that'd be a tragedy. Now, wouldn't it? So this is just a little bit of Sheridan Street. If you go all the way down there, you can somewhat see it. There is Frothingham Park as we speak. Right about there where my finger's pointing. Okay, this is the other side of Sheridan Street where my street intersects with it. I will show you once again. So when you go down this end, the first street you take, I'm going to zoom in a bit. The first street you take, a Spooner Street, and when you take that street upward, you will find yourself within Parkview and also the middle school, and you can also kind of use that area to cut through to Ethel Olmsted H.H. Richardson School. Okay, so we are on my portion of the street. Now you can see that this house has been renovated, but some of these houses on my street have not been renovated. They've been kept in their old kind of style, because of course my street was founded in 1911, so they're colonial houses. So there's that house. Okay, here we are, and this is my house. And my house was built in 1956 when I looked it up. And the former resident of this house actually used to be one of my relatives, my great aunt Isabel. And she lived in this house, and this house was actually not a two-story house. Basically, imagine the house like just split in half, and that would basically be my house. That was how the house originally looked. And it was really kind of down and really old. Like, it was gray on the outside, gray on the inside, just really boring kind of looking. And there's the original garage, so you can kind of see like where it kind of gets cut off. You can see where the original house used to be. So basically the house used to be a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. My mom told me that when she walked inside, the hallways were very narrow, and I also remember the house being very narrow because of course I lived there. And my mom also said that it was kind of like a dungeon kind of feeling look to it because how gray and empty feeling it was inside. We didn't build the second story until I was about maybe 5 or 6 years old, because my brother was born and him and I were sharing rooms, and obviously you can see that didn't work out. We wanted separate rooms. So we were thinking of actually moving, but instead we just decided to build the second story as you see today. Okay, so here we are. This is the end of Columbus Ave. As you can see, my street is somewhat long, but not too fairly long. You can also see right here, this is another street, Western Ave Street is down here, and you can also see most of the houses, or some of the houses, are 1-story houses, colonial times. You can also see the middle school right here. Walk up a little bit further. If I keep going a little bit more further, there is Parkview right over there. That field is Parkview Field, and then right next to it is Parkview. So I'll zoom in. See, there's the soccer field, and then down below it is where there's more fields. I also forgot to mention some traditions on my street. Halloween is a big time around here. I literally get, my mom will literally buy 30 bags of candy. It'll be gone by the end of the night. So, no candy for me. I know, it's sad and unfortunate, but literally like truck full of kids get dumped on my street, and I'm like, why? Why would you dump your kids off on my street? There's other streets to go to. Go to those other streets. Especially Christmas time, you will definitely be seeing Christmas decorations in the month of November, especially at my house, because I don't know why my dad's weird. He just says he wants to be early, and I'm like, beginning of November is way too early, buddy. But yeah, Christmas is definitely a big holiday on my street. Literally, by the end of November, beginning of December, not even the beginning of December, all these houses are going to have Christmas lights, or most of the houses are going to have Christmas lights. It's a big time thing. It's always like a race, and it's also kind of like competition a little bit too, like who can put up the most Christmas lights and stuff. And I'm like, it's Christmas. Like, my God, where has our sanity gone? Yeah. But thanks for watching my video anyway. Bye-bye.